So we'll start now. So hi everyone, I welcome you all to this webinar on Beyond the Hype, Impact of ChatGPT and Generative AI by Sakshar Duggal. Let me tell you a few things about Sakshar. Sakshar Duggal is a cyber expert with years of experience under his belt. He is an advisor to Outreach of Cyberlaw University. He has also given various distinguished forums as the United States talks at various distinguished forums such as United States, United Nations in Geneva on TEDx. In 2022, he gave his TEDx on the topic Metaverse Emerging Crucial Challenges. He also has authored a book titled Cyber Crimes During COVID-19 and Legal Issues in India. So I'll give you the platform, Sakshar. You can go on.
Thank you so much for such a warm introduction and good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you all for this innovative and interesting session on ChatGPT. Before that, I'll just share my screen just a second. So yes, the ChatGPT it's the next revolution. That's what it is. There are a lot of things about ChatGPT, right? There are different topics around this, like what is ChatGPT for? Yes, there are different parts to ChatGPT. So we'll understand what is ChatGPT and what are the paths to ChatGPT. Increasing use of ChatGPT. What is ChatGPT? What is the company that is behind ChatGPT? Why there is a huge hype about ChatGPT? Role of artificial intelligence. ChatGPT, the old ChatGPT versus ChatGPT, the new ChatGPT version. ChatGPT versus Google. I know there is a lot of ChatGPT happening, but the reality is that once you'll understand the power of the system, then you'll understand what kind of breakthroughs it actually can do in your respective professional as well as personal lives. Coming up with new topics such as will ChatGPT bring artificial intelligence revolution? Current drawbacks. Yes, this is another major point. People who know ChatGPT, I'm sure you guys are aware about the fact that whatever the technology is, it doesn't matter how high tech it is, but every single technology has certain drawbacks. So we will also discuss about the pros of ChatGPT and some weaknesses that it definitely has right now. Some major breakthroughs in ChatGPT, how ChatGPT has helped in different professions, in different breakthroughs. And last but not the least, what is the plan of action for us? Now, to start with, here are some news clips, just to give you an overall landscape view as to what is exactly happening in this regard. So OpenAI announces ChatGPT 4, the next generation GPT model. So just for the information, OpenAI is the company who has developed ChatGPT. So this clearly says that OpenAI announces ChatGPT 4, the next generation ChatGPT model. ChatGPT 4 now available on ChatGPT Plus, Khan Academy, Duolingo, and for Morgan Stanley classes. Now, I'm sure you guys have heard about all these famous online tutorial centers, right? So these are also incorporating ChatGPT. The ChatGPT sets a record for fastest growing app with 100 million users. Just imagine 100 million users just like that. That is what, it shows the power and the potential that ChatGPT has. ChatGPT can easily be hired for an entry level exam coding job at Google, report reveals. ChatGPT now has improved maths capability and can no longer be bullied into giving the wrong answer. So just imagine. So just imagine ChatGPT as a super intelligent machine. I'm sure many of us have watched this movie called Robot, right? Rajni, in which Rajnikant was portraying as a robot. Imagine ChatGPT as that kind of an intelligence. At the end of the day, what is ChatGPT? ChatGPT is the new form of artificial intelligence, where the machine has its own intelligence, and the basic hype behind ChatGPT is that the intelligence is so damn high that it is actually helping a lot of people in achieving breakthroughs. ChatGPT can't be credited as an author on research paper. Well, this is yet another breakthrough statement, because at the end of the day, ChatGPT, as I said, it's artificial intelligence and it's so damn smart. If you tell ChatGPT that please write articles on maybe, any topic, it's environment, it's science, it's economics, anything. It can write you know, it can give you unique content on every single topic. That's the good part. But the con is that it is a huge threat to things like research papers. Research papers were the ones where actually the student, he or she could have used his or her own research and knowledge to actually incorporate the knowledge within a set of paper, right? But ChatGPT has made the lives easier for students. So the pro is that definitely it saves time and it saves efficiency, but the con is that somewhere we are compromising on our analytical skills. ChatGPT may already be used in nation-state cyber attacks, say IT decision makers and BlackBerry global research. Now, this is an alarming situation, where on one side we know that ChatGPT can, create wonders, but on the other side it can also aid in disasters. We will be discussing about all these use cases in the coming slides. Amazon, yes, the famous Amazon, warns employees about ChatGPT, says do not share sensitive info with the chatbot. ChatGPT can be used to write phishing emails, malicious code, warn security experts. And as I said, just imagine, it's aiding in a huge disastrous activity like, writing malicious codes, when having phishing emails and whatnot. Flipkart explores ChatGPT use cases, drones for delivery. On the other hand, Flipkart is using ChatGPT, which is actually aiding their drones to make their delivery quite efficient. Amid ChatGPT buzz, is AI ready to take over Formula One strategy? Yet another question that is to be asked. Now, I'm sure you guys must have been a bit confused as to, okay, there was different news clips and this was some kind of a GK round about ChatGPT. Well, the major purpose for these slides was to just sensitize you as to what exactly is happening in this digital scenario. What is exactly happening around ChatGPT? Now, slowly and gradually, we will be uncovering what is ChatGPT, what is the hype about ChatGPT, what are its use cases, some practical case studies as well. So what is ChatGPT? ChatGPT is in essence a simple online artificial intelligence chatbot created by OpenAI in December 2022. So just imagine a few months back, right? What, I think 4 to 5 months back, ChatGPT was, it is a simple artificial intelligence chatbot which was created by the company OpenAI. You can, in simple terms, you can ask it a question and it will answer that question. Well, now this statement sounds very mundane, right? What's so special about this statement? Google does the same thing, right? But here's the catch. And my apologies, I'll not tell you what's the catch because that will spoil all the exciting points that we'll be covering in the further slides. Don't worry, I'll cover. If you have any questions, please do write it down by the end of the session. I would love to answer all the questions, but I'm sure 99.9% of the questions will be answered through the upcoming slides. The term chatbot is actually a brutal reimagining of the much more chatterbot coined by Michael Mundane in 1994. But chatbots have come a long way from Malton's creation of WordBot to OpenAI's ChatGPT. The ChatGPT is a larger language model chatbot developed by OpenAI based on ChatGPT 3.5. So don't get confused. ChatGPT is just the artificial intelligence chatbot, okay? And its versions are coming up. So ChatGPT 3, now we have ChatGPT 4 in the future. We will have 5 and 6 and many more to come, right? It has a remarkable ability to interact in conversational dialogue form and provide response that can appear surprisingly human. Reinforcement learning with human feedback is an additional layer of training that uses human feedback to help ChatGPT learn the ability to follow directions and generate responses that are satisfactory to humans. Well, I'm seeing a few questions here. I would request, as I said, if you can just note down your questions, and I would love to answer all of them by the end of the session. So this RLHF, which we say as reinforcement learning with human feedback. So just to keep it short, I know all the tech geeks will know about this, but just to keep it simple for everyone to understand, just imagine a situation that, okay, ChatGPT is the artificial intelligence. Okay, it's the software. You can say it is a technology. It is the artificial intelligence that is trained to actually learn from the questions it is being asked. For example, if today Sakshar goes on ChatGPT and Sakshar is asking random questions, all right. So ChatGPT is trained. Okay, it's not trained to just answer my question, forget about it. No, it's trained to actually learn. That is what that's the critical aspect of artificial intelligence. When an artificial intelligence machinery starts to learn from human questions, human experiences, human responses, then that is a significant breakthrough. And let me tell you, if you have a question that, okay, learning from the questions is fine, but where did ChatGPT got all this knowledge from? Well, ChatGPT system is very simple. Till 2021, whatever content, whether it's in form of videos, text, research papers, or anything, all of it which was present on the internet was compiled in one place, and you can say that all that content was actually fixed in this artificial intelligence. So the ChatGPT knows every single event that took place till 2021. As I said, ChatGPT was trained in writing that already exists on the internet up to the year 2021. Yes, with the upcoming development and advancements in ChatGPT and in its new models, definitely it will include all the incidents and all the changes that are happening and that have happened in the year 2022 and 2023 as well. But when you type in your question or prompt, it reacts with lightning speed. This is yet another breakthrough that OpenAI has achieved through ChatGPT. See, why am I highlighting all these points is that why ChatGPT is so special. Number one, it has a lightning speed, okay, to answer your questions. Number two, it answers your unique questions and it gives a unique answer as well. Number three, it actually gives you a different insight altogether. If, for example, in Google, if you ask something, Google will give you n number of articles to read, and then it's your job to actually go understand, read different articles, and then articulate your food of thought. But in terms of ChatGPT, right now, yes, it gives you a concise amount of material, but at the same time, that material is so thought-provoking, so unique, that you are actually amazed to see what kind of work ChatGPT is doing today. The idea behind this new generative AI is that it could reinvent everything from online search engines like Google to digital assistants like Alexa and Siri. It could also do most of the heavy lifting on information writing, content creation, customer service, chatbots, research, legal documents, and much more to come. So you can just imagine if ChatGPT can do this within lightning speed, with unique content, with some interesting insights as well, then you can see the marvelous potential ChatGPT has for the upcoming future. Now, which is the company which is behind ChatGPT? As I mentioned, OpenAI is an AI research and development company. Its mission is to ensure that artificial general intelligence benefits all of humanity. OpenAI's mission is to ensure that artificial general intelligence, by which we mean highly autonomous systems that outperform humans at most economically valuable work, benefits all of humanity. Now, why there is a hype about ChatGPT? Now, I'm sure you guys must be, after all our discussion for these 10 to 15 minutes, you guys are quite sensitive enough that, okay, these are the points which definitely are worth the hype, but still we'll discuss some more points in detail. So assuming you aren't isolated from all media and the internet, you have heard about ChatGPT. As I said, ChatGPT has dominated conversations for one simple reason. It has shown users of all ages, from all different backgrounds, industries, and professions, the capability, power, and potential of generative, pre-trained transformer models. I know this may sound a bit technical, but just to keep it short, why, if I have to suffice this in one line, why there is hype about ChatGPT? ChatGPT is the first clear-cut example for the whole humanity that how artificial intelligence has the potential to revolutionize the human lives completely, in the good way and the bad way as well. In the good way, yes, definitely it can aid you in your work. But when I talk about the cons, the threats, that definitely it is a huge threat for a lot of jobs. I'm sure you guys, before COVID, you guys must be hearing about facts like that. Okay, AI will take n number of jobs, this and that. So please, update your skill sets and everything. And but the reality was we never had a proof, right? Now here's the hype. We have a proof. We have a proof as to how ChatGPT has the potential to take so many jobs that are present in the current times. That's why we have to understand what is ChatGPT. We should not let ChatGPT become a master. We should use it as our servant. It's hard to deny that ChatGPT is impressive. GPT models from OpenAI have been available since 2018. This is a point to be noted. Since 2018, these these models are available. It's just in 2022, by the end of 2022, ChatGPT 3 came, right? So the reality is, see, I always say that AI has not come because of ChatGPT. AI was there since I don't know when. Maybe if if I can say 2010 properly, the things work on AI had started in 2010. But now officially AI has arrived thanks to ChatGPT. And again, just to bust a myth that ChatGPT is AI is not just ChatGPT. ChatGPT is just one small portion of the whole AI ambit. Different kinds of things will come. Just like ChatGPT has come, something else will come. But the reality is that AI is out there, and now we have to take it very, very seriously. Yeah. As a result, it has everyone's attention because we all know all the marvelous things that ChatGPT can do. It shows the world how sophisticated and capable the language model is. Not only that, people are using it in the first 5 days alone. ChatGPT, gathered 1 million users according to OpenAI. As of late January 2023, experts estimate that the tool averages about 10 million daily users. So if 10 million people are using this daily, then there has to be something about this. It's pretty amazing stats, right? However, the same ChatGPT 3 technology has been fueling SaaS products for the past few years, including Copy AI, Jasper AI, MessageBird, Sapling, amongst others. So these are just other, prototypes, if I can say, of AI, which came in earlier. It's not that these are new, they were there, but people never recognized them. This is now that AI is getting famous thanks to ChatGPT. Now, there are two key differences. After all, these products are fee-based and each serves specific use case such as content generation or customers communication. Another important point, why ChatGPT has gained all the fame and all these different models were not able to gain so much fame. Two reasons. Number one, these models charged a fee. And number two, that these models served a specific task only. For example, one model will only provide paraphrasing of the content. One model will just give you answers from economics. But ChatGPT is an all-rounder. It makes your lives very efficient. That's why it's gaining all the prominence right now. As I said, ChatGPT, on the other hand, is leaving it to the users to determine their use case and in turn for OpenAI to glean some very valuable data. Need some HTML? No, just a case study. If you need some HTML code, tell ChatGPT to write it. Need machine learning explained to you in layperson's term, no problem. You want ChatGPT to write a speech in the style of Steve Jobs? Yep, that can be done too. All of these are real. And yes, this is not ChatGPT is not a gimmicky product. If you don't believe me, after my session, you can go on ChatGPT, or you can also use Microsoft Bing, B-I-N-G, Microsoft Bing. So that is integrated with the new ChatGPT model that we will be talking about. There you'll understand, just explore it, just ask questions, some smart questions though, and you'll get it as to what is the potential of ChatGPT. All these are real use cases for the casual user, but when it comes down to it, the value of ChatGPT, of GPT technology is immense, as it can transform how companies operate and do business. From saving time, reducing costs, increasing productivity, improving efficiency, or driving revenue, GPT technology has opened businesses' eye to the possibilities. Now, if you'll see this very clearly, all these factors are an ideal situation for a business, right? Every business wants to save time, and not just business, as an individual as well. We all want to save time. We want to reduce costs, increase productivity, improve efficiency, and drive our revenues, right? That is what ChatGPT does. So if all these things are in ChatGPT, then definitely ChatGPT has the potential to become your new best friend. For those in technology, it is less about the uses that splash media headlines and more about thinking of GPT technology as a solution to a business problem. The human mind is creative and innovative, and it has no limitations. They always work on inventing something innovative and extraordinary like artificial intelligence. Now, these are some role of AI. Why AI is important. A lot of people say that we can, technology is fine, like new gadgets are coming, it's fine, but AI, it's not a big deal. I must tell you, AI is the big deal. After internet, the next chapter in the world of technology will be the rise of AI, and that has already started. AI is one of the creations which imitates human intellect that has been incorporated into machines, especially computer systems. Examples in this regard include expert systems, natural language processing, speech recognition, and machine vision. GPT is also an AI-based program. As I said, AI is not just ChatGPT. ChatGPT is just an AI-based program, a very, very small chunk of what the whole AI world consists of. That is used for producing dialogues, and it is highly popular amongst users. The chatbot has a language-based model that is used for interactive communication with humans. All chatbots do not use AI like ChatGPT does. Some chatbots simply use keywords to create a response that may or may not be helpful. For instance, if you tell a non-AI chatbot that you didn't receive a package that was marked as delivered, it might encourage you to check the front door. I mean, just read the sentence and you'll see that doesn't make any sense, right? So what's the moral here? The moral is that not every technology, specifically all the chatbots which are not AI based, they will not give you a practical oriented answer. But ChatGPT is trained like that. That's why it said it's smart. That artificial intelligence comes into play. It knows what you're asking, and based upon that, it will give you a proper answer. The training process can find a random paragraph or text, delete a few words, ask the AI to fill in the blanks, compare the results to the original, and then reward the AI system for coming as close as possible. So these are some tests that are done, random tests, obviously, which are done to test AI to see whether actually AI is working or not. Repeating over and lead to a sophisticated generate text. Just imagine this, don't get confused. Just imagine this as a child, right? As a child, what did our parents do? They used to repeat it, right? A for apple, B for ball. They used to repeat it again and again, and that's how we used to learn. Same goes for ChatGPT, but the only catch is that in humans, we go step by step. In terms of technology, definitely initially it takes some time, but then it goes on a different level and at a different speed altogether. Now, coming to the difference. What is the difference between ChatGPT and ChatGPT 4? Well, ChatGPT is the earlier model that, that came into place in 2022, December 2022. Recently, OpenAI has come up with their new model of ChatGPT, which they call it as ChatGPT 4. What is the difference? Why you should go for ChatGPT 4 and not just ChatGPT? Why am I highlighting this difference is you need to understand. You see, this slide is not just about that you have to learn what is the difference. No, the hidden message in the slide is that you have to understand how quickly things are changing. And if technology is changing so quickly, how will that technology impact your business? Because see, ladies and gentlemen, one thing is very much clear. If not today, then tomorrow, technology will impact your business, your personal lives. You can't ignore it. That's for sure. Now it's upon you to decide as to how much knowledge you gain so that once the technology actually comes into your business, you have two options. Either if you are well equipped with the skills and knowledge, you leverage that technology. But if you're not, then the technology can actually cause havoc in your lives as well. So coming to the difference, well, when I talk about the earlier model of ChatGPT, ChatGPT is unimodal. It takes inputs in one form, that is text. On the other hand, the ChatGPT-4 is a multi-model, which means it generates information from both text and images. Now, this is a new development. Having, generating information, not just through words, but just through images as well. And again, as I'm saying, it's not just normal, random information. It's precise, unique information. Next is ChatGPT answers or solutions can be tricked or wrong at times. On the other hand, ChatGPT-4, because of its highly deep analysis, is hard to be tricked. ChatGPT is restricted to certain languages. On the other hand, ChatGPT-4 is designed to understand different languages to a larger extent. In the earlier case, we can see example that ChatGPT-3 can process 4,996 tokens, or roughly 8,000 words. Don't go with the token language, just see that, okay, it can process 8,000 words. On the other hand, we can see ChatGPT-4 can process 64,000 words. And this massive change has just come, what, in 2.5 months? So technology is rising quickly. That's what you have to understand. Now the favorite question, which everyone asks, that, okay, all these features of ChatGPT, Google is also same, right? Why not just use Google? We are efficient enough in using Google, and why is ChatGPT such a huge thing? And let me tell you, ChatGPT is the new threat to Google, and that's why Google is working so hard to get a competitor against ChatGPT, which they have also. But still, now after so long, after dominating the search engine industry for around 30 years, for the first time, they've got a potential threat. Why is it a threat? As I said, for a long time, Google has been answering most of our questions, and at present, it is the sole authority in the world of search engines. Google occupied about 90% of the world's search engine market, but it seems that Google is going to get a tough competition from ChatGPT in the coming times. In such a situation, it is important to know how it is different from Google. The biggest, yes, please pay very important, this is very important. Please pay your attention here. The biggest difference between ChatGPT and Google is that whenever we ask a question to ChatGPT, it gives us the answer by writing in it a text box. It is believed that ChatGPT answers are generally accurate. It gives you as I said, it gives you a unique answer. It doesn't give you a set of huge articles, millions and millions of links, and then it's upon you to, do the hard work and understand what is right, what is wrong, right? It saves, as I said, it saves time, it increases efficiency, productivity, increases revenue, and definitely saves energy as well. While on the other hand, Google provides many blogs or links on the internet related to the answer to our question. You may not see something directly like ChatGPT in Google search results, but Google has built large language models of its own and uses AI extensively already in research. The ChatGPT responds more dynamically. And also one major difference which you have to understand, guys, which is that Google has been there for the past 30 years, right? And ChatGPT is just like that new student. But the kind of potential it has at such a tender infancy stage, you definitely would bet on that, right? Because in the next 4 to 5 years, it will surpass Google very easily. So as I said, ChatGPT responds more dynamically, employs reinforcement learning method, the conversational approach, which lets the new GPT option respond to more dynamic interactions and will make it more likely to respond than ask. That is another unique feature. As I said, it responds based upon the question it has been asked, not just that the answer which is feeded in it, and it will just give you the same answer to 10 different questions. No, every unique question has a unique answer. And if it doesn't have an answer, it will give you a very unique reply that, okay, I don't know about what you're asking, but yes, this is something that I know. Just like what we do in Viva, right? In Viva, when we don't know the full answer, we'll say, okay, we'll say, sir, sorry, we don't know the answer. But yes, I know 2 lines about this subject or something related to that subject. So I understanding the technology has started to think like human, and slowly and gradually it will surpass human intelligence. But the technique used in particular games like chess, Go, poker, and the Atari games, the results of using these tactics have been particularly amazing. Now, just imagine if you're playing chess, you can actually ask ChatGPT that, please, okay, this X move is this X situation is there in chess. What next move should I do? And it will give you some amazing answers. Even if the game has set rules and prizes, a conversation does not. Therefore, human feedback is crucial in this situation. Another thing, at one point, you have to understand that yes, ChatGPT is great, fantastic, but at the same time, you have to understand that human element is very important. But yet, I'm not saying that, okay, human element is everything and ChatGPT is nothing. Yo, there are 2 sides. You have to balance both of them. You have to consider the human element, human creativity as well. But on the same time, you have to understand the dynamics, the information, the new developments that are happening in the technology sector. Sibling model to instruct GPT. As a result of the dialogue style, ChatGPT is able to respond to follow-up inquiries, acknowledge its errors, refute false assumptions, and refuse unsuitable proposals. A sibling model to instruct GPT, ChatGPT is taught to follow instructions and prompts and respond in depth. Response to everything. ChatGPT has been trained to engage in conversations. The dialogue model, according to OpenAI, enables ChatGPT to respond to all types of writing, including theoretical essays, mathematical solutions, and stories. Yet again, Google is not a conversational path, right? It's just you ask a question, you'll get millions and millions of answers. ChatGPT is more towards the conversational side. And as human beings, we love having conversations. Free to use and build on GPT 3.5 language technology. While ChatGPT is still in the research review stage, users can sign up and test it out for free. This sophisticated artificial intelligence model has been trained using a substantial chunk of text data from various resources. Now, what are the productivity benefits? And yes, let me tell you, your call of action, one thing is for sure, you have to try ChatGPT if you have not tried. And if you say that, okay, I've tried, then at least try it in a different manner. Try asking it some interesting questions and you'll get some interesting answers as well. And yet again, I would suggest try Microsoft Bing, B-I-N-G. That has incorporated the new model of ChatGPT. So please do try that and you'll find some awesome answers on that. So what are the productivity benefits? Helps in writing tasks, learning, teaching, brainstorming, general office tasks, advising, both on how to do things all the way up to offering therapy. Just imagine if it can, provide you insights about therapy, then what will psychologists do? If it can research things efficiently, then what will researchers do? If it can write things, then what will, poets do? I'm serious, right? It can actually write some awesome poetries. So these are some examples. It's not a school class that you have to learn these points. You have to apply these in practical life that, okay, how can I use it? And how will this create, how can I safeguard myself against this technology? See, at the end of the day, every profession will suffer a brunt because of AI, because a lot of jobs will be taken by AI. But the good part is new jobs will be created as well. But the catch is that, yes, new jobs will be created, but are we ready? Are we ready to adapt to these new jobs? Are we ready with all these skill sets? That's the question that you have to ask yourself. And it doesn't matter if you are a college pass out, if you are a school student, if you have retired, if you are a working professional. No, you are not old enough to actually learn about technology, because this is the need of the hour. OpenAI, the creator of popular ChatGPT, has released an imperfect software tool to identify text generated by artificial intelligence, as worries grow in academic and teaching circles that its tools could enable widespread cheating. Now, yes, as I said, ChatGPT can be very well used for not so good uses, such as cheating, creating malicious codes, and whatnot, right? As I said in the movie Robot, once that the technology is tweaked a bit, it can create havoc. The same happens in the movie, and that's the message. Use technology very efficiently, because if you will not use it efficiently, you will have to suffer the brunt. The significant advantage of this new AI technology is its capacity to generate natural responses, which makes it a viable substitute for chatbots and customer support in a variety of industries. In addition to helping businesses save time and money, this can give customers a better tailored experience. Now, these points you have to please keep in mind, how practically ChatGPT is helping and definitely can help in the coming future. Additionally, the developing technology can be used in other study areas, including the development of AI and natural language processing. The integration of artificial intelligence, the natural language processors, and other machine learning into our education and work processes is certainly here to stay. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, today the educational institutions are not being open to AI. Definitely they have their own respective concerns, but the reality is you can't ignore the future. You have to incorporate it in your respective systems. Definitely that incorporation has to be very much efficient and smart, but ignoring upcoming technology is not, you can't afford to do that. It's something like if someone would have ignored the internet in the early 90s, that would have been stupid, right? Because today internet is an integral part of our lives. It's actually it's a non-negotiable. Today with things like food, water, shelter, we need internet Wi-Fi as well. ChatGPT parrots back existing content, and although it sounds authoritative, it can be flat out wrong. And these are some drawbacks of ChatGPT. See, as I said, whenever new technology comes, whether it's cryptocurrency, NFTs, internet, ChatGPT, AI, whatever, every technology looks flashy and interesting, no doubt on that. But the technology always holds some drawbacks, and smart ones are those who know the drawbacks and the pros of the technology, and then they use that technology. So as I said, don't just believe everything that ChatGPT does. You have to remember one thing, that it is still in its infancy stage. And even if it's technology in its infancy stage, it will lack in some things. It is bound to make some mistakes. AI can't yet tell facts from fiction, and ChatGPT was trained on data that's already 2 years old. That's what I'm saying. Another major drawback, that the data of 2022 and we don't have the data for the past 1.5 years. And a lot of things have changed since that time, right? In the past, AI has been used largely for predictions or categorizations. ChatGPT will actually create new articles, new items or blog posts, even school essays. And it's pretty hard to distinguish between them and real human created writing. Another thing, if you will use technology, at such a pace, and you will actually not just use, you'll misuse it, then you are actually compromising on your own cognitive skills. Just imagine how funny this will be. It will actually be a very funny, self-fulfilling prophecy. Why? You're using technology to improve your lives, to increase your productivity and efficiency. And if you'll misuse it at such an extent, then you're actually compromising on your own cognitive skills, which are required to use that technology. I mean, you need to have cognitive skills to actually ask some interesting questions, right? If you will only, compromise on those skills, then how will technology work for you? ChatGPT is specifically programmed not to provide toxic or harmful responses, so it will avoid answering those kind of questions. An important limitation of ChatGPT is that the quality of the output depends on the quality of the input. You know, we have heard these sayings like garbage in, garbage out, good stuff in, good stuff out. That's what ChatGPT is all about. In other words, expect directions generate better answers. Expert directions generate better answers. Many users discovered that it can provide incorrect information, including some that are wildly incorrect. There are several limitations to ChatGPT and other language models like it. First, ChatGPT is only as good as what it's been trained on. So it may not be able to generate responses to prompts or situations that are not reflected in its training data. Yes, again, I'm emphasizing on this point that you can't ignore ChatGPT saying that, okay, it's nothing. It has a lot of drawbacks. Neither you can't say that, oh, ChatGPT is everything and everything will be right about ChatGPT. No, it's all about balance, my friend. You have to balance between your skills and technology. You have to balance between understanding that, okay, the future is AI, but right now, at present, the AI is in its infancy stage, and that's why it is bound to make some mistakes. It will have certain drawbacks. So for example, currently ChatGPT's algorithm has been trained for data which is only till 2021. It's also not always right or be able to give the full picture on something, as many have written about since the latest version of the tool was released in December. Some major breakthroughs. Well, from the point of view of artificial intelligence research, ChatGPT is a breakthrough. It's the first time that so many people around the world are interacting with an AI system that they're talking about making fun of it. However, breakthrough does not mean that machines will take over the world tomorrow. On the contrary, the systems will make many mistakes. This is exactly what I was saying. For example, the software has already promised me a very prestigious AI prize, which I would have really liked to receive, but didn't have. It will be a long time before we have had an omniscient machine. ChatGPT also makes mistakes. It fails of all things because of simple factual questions or logical puzzles. Most importantly, it cannot distinguish between true and false. Now, the major question that I think that will come to you is that, okay, it has so many drawbacks. What's the point of using it? We would not know what's the right answer, what's the wrong answer. No, my friend. Very simple. If two things, you can just do two things on ChatGPT. Don't go anywhere. Just try out these two things. Number one, give ChatGPT all your mundane work, which takes hours and hours of research and basic things, which are just time consuming, right? Number two, ask some very interesting questions. You will get some interesting answers as well, some thoughts of wisdom too, because there is an option in Microsoft Bing which says answer creatively. So if you ask a question, it will give you a creative answer, and you're not so stupid as humans that you will not understand what is right, what is wrong, right? And even if you're so skeptical about ChatGPT, if you can just rectify it from one source, which will take about 2 to 3 minutes, then your job is done. Although this technology is a charm, still the ratio of bugs and inaccurate answers is high in ChatGPT. On the other hand, Google works with a different mechanism, and its metrics are based on websites. Again, I'm highlighting this point. Google is here for almost 30 years now. ChatGPT has just not even completed a year. So compare wisely when you're comparing both of them. If there's a minimal regulation of AI chatbots, then there are chances that the AI chatbots could become effective instruments of not just growth of national economies, but also catalyst for further adoption of AI and connected technological paradigms. AI chatbot, in conclusion, we have discussed a lot of things. I know it can be a bit information overload for you, but this had to be, if it's a no-brainer, right? Still, I'm glad. You know why? Because at least after this session, you would be a little intrigued to try ChatGPT. That okay, let's see what kind of answers, what kind of things this new AI thing can bring. Right? Just consider this as your new toy, if I can say. Just tweak it a bit, ask different questions, and I'm sure you'll love the software. Considering the fact the kind of jump AI has, given us in the past 5 months. Evolution of AI legal jurisprudence is also going to play an important role as to how the legalities pertaining to AI chatbots are going to be effectively addressed. Yes, as AI will increase, laws will also come, rules and regulations will also come, which will cover the ambit of AI. That's all from my side, ladies and gentlemen. If you have, definitely I will be taking on the questions, but after the session, if you have any doubts or anything, below is my LinkedIn. You can go and search for me. I'll just stop the screen. So, okay, we have a lot of questions and I'm glad to, take them. How ChatGPT, okay, the first one is how ChatGPT will help a data engineer. Well, this has been asked by Saurabh. Well, Saurabh, one thing is clear. As a data engineer or as any profession, you will have some sort of things, some sort of tasks which are, too time consuming. They are not so difficult. And you just feel that, okay, if I can just give this task to someone, maybe an intern or maybe, a mate, anyone, your colleague, in fact, but you're not able to give that, right? That is what ChatGPT does for you. Number one. Number two, all these research works, the things like your manager needs some quick ideas, some new presentation ideas, which you just need on the spot, some great headlines, some new codes. As an engineer, you need codes, right? For coding as well. And then ChatGPT comes to your rescue. Next is ChatGPT effective on new generation school children? Definitely. In fact, new generation school children have to be very careful, and it will be the duty of parents to actually help them, because we all know that today's social media has created a carnage for news age students, right? Because they are addicted to social media, and ChatGPT holds the potential to increase that respective addiction to another level altogether. So a lot of things are there, but people can learn at a quick pace, but at the same time, children can use it, misuse it in their respective projects as well. Will ChatGPT replace programmers? Well, I would not say just ChatGPT, but AI will definitely replace programmers unless and until programmers become very efficient enough to, to code, or if not code, then if some other technology comes, then we have to adapt to it. See, one thing is for sure. If I'm saying that AI is coming to, take over different job, that doesn't mean that if there are 100 jobs in one sector, 100 jobs will go. No, 50 to 40 or 30% of jobs will stay. But still, if you're not, what I'm trying to say is, if you're not imbibed with the skills, if you're not, but if you lack knowledge of technology, then you will definitely suffer. And if not suffer, then at least you'll not be able to, have the first edge. Those who know about technology will rule the upcoming future. That's for sure, irrespective of any industry. And if you'll ask me for skills, these are some very, very simple skills. As human beings, it's our, I can say it's our tendency to focus on the flashy things, and we always forget the basics. Here also, when I talk about skills, these are some basic skills. Things like communication skills. I mean, that sounds funny, but communication skills is one of those skills which AI, it's the last skills which AI will actually, will be able to master it. Communication skills, public speaking skills, influencing skills, marketing skills, sales skills, right? Personality development, these soft skills which I'm talking about. Some creative thinking, right? Product designing. Yes, AI will imbibe to that, but human beings will always be on the top. Understand, increasing a GK of technology, that's also a skill. That's not just random, things you're doing. There's also, this is a skill. It's a proper discipline where you're actually trying to inculcate different things about different technologies. Okay, it will replace. Definitely, ChatGPT has the full potential to replace the call centers. Okay, for all the respective attendees, I am writing my name, so you can just you can search me on LinkedIn. If you have any doubts, I would love to answer them. I conduct these different workshops on AI, and I'm sure this will be a brilliant, I would say, value addition for you as well. So taking the last two questions. Oh, so Chandramohan says that OpenAI has announced in December 2023 that it will bring ChatGPT 5. Can this be turning point in developing of the artificial intelligence system? Well, turning point has started with the coming of this GPT. It's there, but different products like GPT will come into play, which will make the whole AI universe complete. It's something like today, it's not just Facebook that has come and it has changed your lives, right? It is a mix of Facebook, Amazon, WhatsApp, Apple, these 10 tech companies which came together, and if you see, they're actually surrounding your whole ecosystem. Out of these 10, you will be using 5. So that is how it is impacting your lives, and the same will happen in the AI space. Yes, definitely. If ChatGPT has the potential to answer your personal life problems, as I said, please go and consider it as a consultant, therapist, and you can ask him. If you'll tell ChatGPT that please answer my further questions as a therapist, it will do that. So, yeah, are you able to realize the kind of power ChatGPT holds? Well, what will happen to commerce graduates as future is all about technology. Well, for commerce graduates, you have to understand how technology can create an impact in business. If you are the person who can actually leverage technology to solve business problems, then you will be on the top. And you don't have to be an engineering background for that matter. If I can take my example, I'm not a student of engineering, right? I used to hate maths, okay? And I'm a law graduate. I took humanities in school. So it's not about your background, it's more about what kind of knowledge you gain. So I'll just take the last question. ChatGPT, is AI engineer an AI proof skill, or in future GPT models will also replace AI engineer? Well, for the time being, yes, these are some skills you can imbibe, but you can't be complacent. Maybe who knows, in 10 years, these skills will also be redundant, right? See, new skills will come, new opportunities will come. You have to grab them, you have to imbibe them, and slowly they'll get old. It's something like an Apple iPhone comes, right? iPhone 5 came, and 6 came, 7 came, 8 came. So you have to be updated. Once the new model comes, the old one gets replaced. The same is for all the knowledge. You can't say that, okay, I know about ChatGPT, so I know about AI. No, that can't happen. You have to know every single new development that is taking place. You have to at least try to know the trends, which will actually, the technological AI trends that will impact your respective businesses. So I'm sure this was a value addition for you guys. And from my side, I would just like to say, use technology efficiently, inquisitively, but don't let technology be your servant. Sorry, be your master. Let it be your servant, and you can be the master of technology. Thank you.
Thank you, Saksha. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your knowledge on ChatGPT and AI with our students. Your presentation was informative and engaging. It has sparked a lot of interest among our students as well. We appreciate your time and expertise, and we hope to have an opportunity in the future as well with you.
Sure, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Okay, Saksha. Have a nice day.
You
Bye.
too. Bye-bye.